Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Ruth.
Oh man, you had a great event. We've had crazy great events this
Yeah,
week.
it has been pretty amazing.
But earlier this week, it was a national
Make
make
a new friend day. Yeah.
make a new. Go ahead.
Well, making a new friend. How many of us have made a new friend recently? We seem to tend to kind of hang out with the same people, those same friends that we've had for a long time. But one of the things in working with caregivers, I think that we've learned over the years is how our friends change. And, if you're spending time caring for a spouse or a parent, even a child,
Right,
you find
right.
that those friends that you've had kind of move away, and I don't mean literally, but they go on with their life. And you are stuck in this caregiving role. And so you lose connections with all those friends and people. But then when your caregiving journey ends, you're kind of stuck. We just spoke with a person this week who had lost their husband, and they were trying to get reconnected with people. And that can be a real challenge when you're older in life. When you have kids, you tend to meet your kids' friends' parents and that. But when
Well,
you're our age, a woman of a certain age.
well, the other thing is I think getting past the trauma of what happened, and I think you saw this with this lady
Hmm.
that you met, a new friend of yours
Right,
that
right.
you made, that she was, you know, she was taken aback because of the death of her husband, and what she did was she pulled back.
Hmm.
And I can also see that with caregivers. The first thing is that you have to get over the pain and what happened. And I think sometimes we become reclusive.
Right, right. And when that new beginning, we have a change in our life, whatever that change is, and a loss, and then we end up kind of in a wilderness zone, wandering around, trying to figure out what am I supposed to be doing. It could be the loss of a job, the loss of a loved one, moving to a new area, the loss of your friends from your old location, and now you're in this new space, and it's like, what am I supposed to do now?
And sometimes it's fearful. I
Very.
mean, like going to church for the first time, if you haven't been for a while.
You bet.
Wow, what's on the other side of that door? Or if you go to the YMCA or you do something new, it's like that fear of meeting people. And sometimes that fear keeps us from stepping forward, from meeting new people that maybe God has put in our path that He wants us to be with. And we have so many skills that we can share with other people,
And where do we go to meet those people?
right?
And sometimes, like you said, it's very fearful to step out and do something new. But anyway, National Make a New Friend Day. And what a perfect week for that to fall in, Valentine's week. And, last week we talked about love and those kind of things. Well, today we're talking about friendship. And friendship is, we all need friends, people to talk to. Now, there's people out there, we all have lots of acquaintances, and, that's a good thing too. But who are your real friends? The ones that you can share things with, and you know that it's a safe place. The ones that you can get together and just let your hair down and be yourself and laugh. And, those people are harder to find. The ones that are your true friends.
And the ones that aren't waiting for you to get out the door so they can get on the phone and call everybody and tell them what you talked about.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
And we've all had that experience of betrayal where we shared something from our heart, our gut.
With someone who we thought was a really
Yeah.
close friend.
And next thing you know, you're seeing it on Facebook or whatever.
Or they're doing the telephone game.
Yes, yes.
Hello, I got something I want to tell you.
Yep, yep.
And you did a really cool exercise this week at the women's group when you met with them. It wasn't necessarily make a new friend as much as it was reflecting.
Yes, reminiscing on the question that I ask everyone, and I'm asking it to you right now. Who was your very first best friend? And how did you meet that person? And what's one memory about that person that just stands out in your mind? And we had so much fun. Once a month, the second Monday of every month at Denny's Restaurant on 84th and the interstate in Omaha, Nebraska, we do a ladies lunch group at 11:30, and it's open to everyone, and it's just a time to get together with other women, and it's a variety of ages. We laugh, we tell stories, we have topics that we talk about, and like Mike was sharing, this month it was make a friend day.
It's an opportunity for y'all to let your hair down.
Mm-hmm.
And no, it's not for everyone. It's a ladies group, guys. Okay, so it's for only 3/4 of the world. The rest of us have to kind of sit this one out.
Figure your own one out, huh?
Yeah.
Your men's group or whatever. But anyway, we've been doing this for 4 years. Actually, it'll be 4 years on St. Patrick's Day, which is next month. So
And you have quite a group that shows up.
we do. We sure do. We usually have about 15 women that show up, and they vary from month to month depending on their schedules and all of that. But it's just a really fun group. But anyway, our topic, as I shared, was who was your first best friend? And we had laughter as people told funny stories of a memory of a friend. We had tears as they shared very, very special moments that they had with that friend. And, one of the things that I found interesting were several of the people as children were part of a military family. And so they moved around a lot. And they really didn't have that opportunity to make those close friendships. And that I found to be kind of interesting. And then there were others of us, like myself, who I met my best friend when I was 3 years old. And my first best friend, I should say, when I was 3 years old. She moved in across the street from us, and we were the same age. And our moms would walk us across the street to play with each other when we were little. And then we went to school together, and we remained friends pretty much until, I would say 40 years later when I moved away, and we still remained friends for a few years, but then the distance just kind of we lost connection. But it was a great friendship. And my other best friend I met when my daughter was in the first grade, and I was my best friend's daughter's brownie leader. And we are still best friends, and that was a long time ago.
So we wanted to share with you what this week was, remind you it's Make a New Friend Week. But not only that, it's take a look back at the friends that you've had. Who was your best friend? What made them your best friend?
Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, look around you at the people in your life who maybe are going through that time where they need a best friend or just a friend, and they're looking for a way to break into a new group. If you belong to a social group, a church, a book club, whatever, invite them. Hey, would you like to come along? Maybe just ask them to go out to lunch or go shopping. Help them get connected and get back into society, really. And
keep your eyes out for the lost people. Like Ruth said, the people that may be so tied up in things that they can't get out. They can't get out and do things with other people. And just a phone call to say, hi, how are you doing? There's some
Mhm.
people we stop by and do that with that can't get out, and we stop by just for a little bit, 10, 15 minutes. It doesn't mean, we don't go and spend like a half a day with them, and they're just so happy to have someone come by.
Yep, those shut-ins. So there's always people out there. And if
Right.
you tell me you're lonely, I can give you at least 10 things you can do to get out and meet people and do something. And, if we give of ourselves, then we find that loneliness kind of goes away because
Yeah.
we're sharing ourselves with other people.
So, we're going to go ahead and let you go.
Yeah.
But the thought for this week, number one, make a new friend. Reach out to somebody, reach out to an old friend. It's about being a friend to someone else. And what I would like for you to do is down in the comments section, tell us who your first friend, your first best friend was, and something about them.
Yeah.
What made them your first best friend? So that's the thought for this week and what we wanted to share with you. And anything else?
Just have a wonderful, wonderful week.
No matter what happens, have a wonderful week. You take care. I'm Mike.
I'm Ruth.
Bye.
Bye now.